You gotta agree that being a superstar and a parent is no piece of cake. That's why celebrities often rely on nannies to cater to their children while they're in the limelight. But do you ever wonder how much these caretakers see and hear inside popular homes? While most stay mum, plenty have come forward with shocking claims and disturbing revelations. So let's discuss them in today's video. Starting with the secrets of the Beckhams. With their fairy tale life and gorgeous children, David and Victoria may seem perfect, but fairy tales have darkness too, and their nanny unleashed it all in 2005. Abby Gibson, their children's former caretaker, actually sold their marriage secrets to gather about $300,000. So what info did Abby have that cost that much? For starters, the countless couple arguments she witnessed. Every husband and wife fight, so what? Well, the Hollywood royalties dispute was about David's countless alleged affairs. Ever since their marriage in 1999, such rumors were frequently aired, but Gibson pretty much confirmed them. The British soccer star was apparently playing around with a beautician, an assistant, and another unknown woman. Yikes. The nanny further said the marriage was hanging just by a thread. Of course, when the confessions spread like wildfire, the Beckhams weren't gonna go down quietly. David responded with a disappointed comment about how Abby violated their trust. He said they invited her inside their home to take care of their most precious possession, and she did that. Not cool. The Manchester United player also put water on the fire by saying arguments happen in every household. Looks like the Spice Girls get jealous too. Anyway, they sued Gibson for breach of confidence, and she apologized and settled in 2009. Up next, Thomas Ravenel pleaded guilty to assaulting his kid's nanny. This whole fiasco was horrifying. In 2015, Southern Charms actor was accused of sexually assaulting Dawn Ledwell. The former nanny disclosed this in 2018, and Ravenel was arrested on the charge of first-degree forcible rape. At first, Dawn didn't come to press. She dealt with it legally by telling the cops. The American actor allegedly forced himself on her, trying to kiss her and removing her clothes. He also exposed himself in front of her while she was cleaning and didn't let her leave by blocking the door. Investigations ensued, and it took a year to conclude it all. In September of 2019, the ex-reality TV star was officially charged with assault and battery in the second degree. He did plead guilty, but here's the depressing part. Ravenel only paid $500 as a fine and somehow skipped out on jail time. Hear this. Another person accused Thomas of assault. That's when Ledwell decided to be public about it and had to face massive victim blaming. Some people also accused the former nanny of wanting more money or fame. The world can be so cruel to victims sometimes. But Dawn stayed strong and refused to cower. She came forward so the actor could be held accountable for his actions. More power to you, girl. If you're wondering who exactly sparked the caretaker to narrate her account, it was Ashley Perkins. Ravenel allegedly assaulted her mother, and she settled the case for $200,000 after meditations. Not to mention sexual harassment accusations against Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is another star who was accused of harassing his nanny. He found himself in court in 2008 facing not one, not two, but 12 allegations. They were related to sexual harassment and labor code violations. They came from Jessica Gibson, the American actor's governess, for 7 years. She said Rob often used to expose himself in front of her. He also touched her inappropriately during the time of her employment. Wait, there's more. The claims weren't limited to just the outsider star. Jess also accused his wife, Cheryl, of making her uncomfortable with vulgar statements and discussing sexual experiences. Whoa, that came out of nowhere. The Lowe's counterattacked with a lawsuit claiming that Gibson was blackmailing them for $1.5 million. What is going on here? He also released a statement about how the former nanny returned to work with them 3 times. Long story short, a couple months later, both parties dropped the lawsuit, but it was far from over for the Lowe's. They were again facing charges by a new nanny who had worked for them for 7 months. Laura Boyce accused Rob of sexual harassment, and Cheryl of racial and sexual epithet. Again, the family filed a suit against Laura for NDA violation, but soon both lawsuits were dropped. That was some heavy stuff. Now for Mariah Carey's impatient behavior and lack of compensation. From her insanely popular Christmas song, you'd think Mariah would be so warm and sweet, but her diva attitude is actually the talk of the town. They may be mere rumors, but one thing we know for sure is her zero-tolerance policy for nannies. The Songbird Supreme has been pretty vocal about how frequently she changes them. One moment she has one, and it's a new nanny and a snap. Apparently, she didn't compensate them financially either. That's why the former caretaker of her and Nick Cannon's children filed a suit against them. Simonette DaCosta took care of their twins, Monroe and Moroccan, for just about 3 months, but she had to work over 100 hours a week in that short span. Whoa, that's a lot. Wait, it gets worse. Apparently, while being on call for up to even 24 hours a day, Simonette hardly used to get any meals or sleep breaks. Finally, there was no pay for overtime. Interestingly, DaCosta got fired for a whole different reason. Hear this, folks. Mariah didn't like the nanny showing a affection to her kids. Now that's a whole lot of weird. It has to do with the kids getting attached more to the nanny than the mother. Back to the lawsuit. We heard both parties settled in 2015. Simonette was compensated with an amount that was never made public. Moving on. Nanny Confidential Revelations by Philippa Christian. Do you know affairs between nannies and celebrities are super common? Philippa Christian revealed it all in her tell-all book, Nanny Confidential. And she's got the hot goss, baby. Philippa is a well-known caretaker in the glam world. She's had many A-lister clients and looked after their children. No kidding, guys. She has even worked for royalty and seen a lot. Some of her confessions include frequent cheating and sleeping with professional babysitters. The Australian lady also mentioned the VIP's jealousy when their children loved the nannies more. Yep, exactly like Mariah Carey. But her most burning revelation said it doesn't stop at cheating. Some even get knocked up and have secret children we never know about. Philippa even has friends with big names as baby daddies. Man, that's too sus. While she has shared some juicy details, Christian never mentions the clients' names. That's how she had a successful career. Listen to this. Philippa's no longer a nanny, but an instructor. She teaches the ropes to the new ones. Joining the nanny world may be about how messy it is and what to look out for. What's more, Claire Verity's affair with Mick Jagger. We mentioned affairs, and here's an example in Mick Jagger and Claire Verity. Allegedly, of course. Claire used to look after Jagger and Jerry Hall's son, Gabriel, in 1998. In 2002, she came forward with a sensational confession about how she had sex with the Rolling Stones singer. It was within just 48 hours of meeting him. The nanny said Mick introduced himself to her in his birthday suit right out of the shower. The disturbing part was his son and then girlfriend were next door. Later, they slept together when again Jerry was just in the next room. Claire said the singer pushed her onto the breakfast bar, kissing her, and she was super into it too. They did it right then and there. Oh my god. The former nanny has zero regrets because he was Mick Jagger, one of the hottest singers of the time. Interestingly, the singer spokesperson denied this claim. He and Hall stayed together for 22 years and then broke up. Surprise, surprise, it was because of Jagger's affair with a Brazilian model and his new baby mama, Luciana Gimenez. Finally, the bombshell dropped by Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis' nanny. We've saved the most recent confession for last. It wouldn't be wrong to say that it totally set the internet on fire. Olivia Wilde has already been hitting the headlines since Don't Worry Darling, and it keeps on getting worse. But the nanny's confessions totally took us off guard. Allegedly, it was Erica Gennaro who talked exclusively to the Daily Mail without revealing her identity. Unlike the actress's claim, Gennaro disclosed that she started her affair with Harry first, and that's when she left Jason Sudeikis. If you think she was done, Erica was just getting started. She said Florence Pugh and Harry Styles had an affair first, despite Pugh dating Zach Braff at the time. She also famously mentioned that the Ted Lasso star lay in front of the car so she wouldn't leave him. What's more, the notorious director kept stringing Jason along while dating the Watermelon Sugar singer. Despite it all, Jason and Olivia showed a united front, releasing a joint statement and denying all claims. Still, Gennaro isn't backing down, and we may have more confessions coming from her in the future. And that's a wrap. What do you think of these controversial confessions from famous nannies? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.